What courses should business coaches offer to clients? Most coaches create courses that feel valuable, but they don't sell. Others are able to charge premium prices for much simpler courses, and it works. So why is that? It's not about how much you teach, but about what you build first. In this episode, you'll discover what kind of course your ideal clients actually want, and why the right structure can actually make people want to pay a lot more for it. Let's dive right in. Myth: I need to create a huge course covering everything I know. That's the first thing that people do when they create a course, is they think, well, man, I know a lot of stuff, and so people are going to want to buy that. So I need to just create a course that covers everything I know and put that out there. That'll be the most valuable thing I can create, which it's obviously valuable. That part is true, but it doesn't sell. So what's the problem with that? Well, the biggest problem is that type of a course is focused on you. Like what you're good at and what you know and everything that you're an expert at. But you haven't addressed them. What do they need? Do they need all of this? What is their specific scenario? So what if you created a course based on a challenge that they are facing? And then the outcome of the course, instead of it being, by the end of this course, you'll know everything that I know. Instead of that, it's by the end of this course, you'll be able to overcome the challenge that you're having, right? And you'll be way more specific because you'll know the challenge. Now, you know how to help people get results, right? And to get results, there's a lot that people should understand. And so a word that I like to use is indoctrination. I look at that word as in a positive way. You want people to understand your strategy. You want them to see it like you do. So there's a type of course that I would call an indoctrination course, which you might give away for free. It might be a free mini course, or you might put this indoctrination into a book that people read. That way you can invite them into the world that you're in, and you can have them see the things the way that you see them, right? You can overcome the myths and the misconceptions and paint things in the proper light. And really, if this is the first course, it shouldn't teach them everything. It should just give them the first steps to help them start to go down this path. It will also paint things in a right light so they begin to believe in your process. Now, there's a difference between a low-ticket course and a high-ticket course. And instead of comparing the difference of a low-ticket and high-ticket based on the length, which you're going to be tempted to do, well, this course only has 3 videos or 3 modules, but this one has 50, so therefore the 50 must cost a lot more. Look at the outcome. You know, if this whole journey that you're going to take somebody on to go from point A to point Z, are you really taking them on that full journey? That would be an expensive course. Or are you just taking them right now, going through steps A, B, and C? So focus on the result. Where are they now? And after they take this course, where will they be? And structure the course around how can I help them get there? So it's not about how much information can I share, but what information is necessary for me to share so that they can take this step and then take the next step. And what assignments can they give them? What challenges? What accountability do I need to put in place? When you look at it that way, you look at the outcome of a course, and let's say you took this whole big long process, but you broke it into several smaller courses. As long as each of these smaller courses has a specific outcome, something that they will accomplish or achieve or change, then you can ask yourself and even ask them, what is that worth? And you can put a price tag on that course that they will pay for. Myth: my course should reflect my process, not their problems. So I just want to emphasize this again. We don't want your course to reflect your process. It's not about you. The process is what you're going to use to help them, but that's not the selling point, and that's not necessarily the structure that your course should follow. So you're pulling them in because of a problem, and the outcome of the course isn't to learn your process, it's to solve that problem. We also need to discuss where you're going to sell a course. So let's say you create a course that solves a problem. Then do you create a landing page and expect that landing page to do all the selling for you? I mean, the way that I worded it shows that I have a bias because I've done this for many, many years. You can have the ideal client, the person that is a right fit for this course, find your landing page, but they're not ready to buy, and so they leave, right? You're going to have a very, very small percentage of people that actually purchase a course just through a landing page, but you're going to have a very high percentage of people that will buy that course if they have a conversation with you. So if you have a system that's attracting the right people, so you make sure that the conversations you're having are with your target audience, then you're not spending all of your time giving free consulting to the wrong audience, but you're talking to the right audience. But you'll have a high percentage of people that will buy a program from you, and if that course is the right fit for them, they will buy it, compared to them just going to your landing page and having a lot of those people fall through the cracks. Now, you're a coach and you're really good at coaching, right? And one-on-one coaching is the most valuable service that you can offer because you can take people step by step. You can lead them to that outcome. So the reason that we're talking about courses is it's one way that you can actually scale your business. You can help more people without increasing the number of hours that you work. It's a way of scaling without burnout. So think about the people that you have coached, that you've helped achieve an outcome. So if you can create a course that takes them at least through part of that process, that'll help you be able to serve more people way more efficiently. And then for the parts that you need to have a consultation or that you need to be more hands-on with them, you can have check-in points along the way as a part of that course or after they complete one of the courses. Now, years ago, I did this the wrong way. I would sell coaching packages. And because my time is so valuable, I did charge a premium. I mean, I was charging $1,000 per hour for coaching, and I would even sell it in 4-hour batches. So we would do an hour here and an hour there. So they would pay me $4,000 upfront for coaching. Now, the reason that I say that I did it the wrong way is not because they were not happy. My clients were happy, but I wasn't, okay? And here's why. When we are on these calls, we spent most of our time talking about questions that I've answered on my YouTube channel or that I answered in my book or that I have in courses. But instead of them just going through those courses or reading the book or watching the videos, they were spending $1,000 an hour to ask me a question and have me just answer it there right on Zoom. So the shift that I made is in my coaching packages now, I have them take courses first that answers all of their questions and make sure that all the basics are covered. So by the time we're on Zoom, they've started to apply it and we can go deep into their business and I can help them in a much bigger way. It allows me to be much more effective and use my time more wisely, but it allows me to help my clients in a much bigger way. I'm able to offer my services for a much more affordable price and they get better results. What if I'm not tech savvy? Can I still create courses? Courses don't have to be complicated, and there are many platforms that make creating a course very simple. I used to use one called Thinkific, and it's great. You can find that it's very user-friendly. I currently now use High Level. It's a little bit more complicated. But another thing that I do is I hire people that know how to use a specific platform, like Thinkific or like High Level. The part that I want you to focus on is just outlining the steps. Like, how am I going to take somebody from point A to point B? And how can I clearly state what the outcome of that course is and what content needs to be in that course? What do I need to film and what assignments do I need to create? That's the part that I'm confident that you can easily do, and you can hire somebody else to quickly put that into a course. How do I know what kind of course my client needs? You can do simple research to find out exactly what your target audience needs. People are using Google and YouTube search and ChatGPT in an amazing way to try and solve their problems. And everything that they type in, you can do research and find. You can find the questions that your target audience is asking. So not only can it direct you to know what type of courses to create, but you can actually make videos to put on YouTube that will pull in these people. You can start to answer their questions. So this research can direct your courses and it can direct your marketing efforts. Now, it's very important that you don't focus on going viral, because going viral can actually hurt your business. Instead, you want to attract the right people. So even though the numbers might be smaller, these are people that are looking for your help, and these are people that are going to be interested in your services, your coaching, and your courses. I want you to understand that further so you can know how to do that, how you can attract the right people, and how you can rank at the top of these search engines like Google, YouTube, and ChatGPT. So the video that I highly recommend that you watch next, I'll link to it right there. It's called Why Viral Videos Might Be Hurting Your Business. So that's the next step. Go watch that video next.